Hello, my name's Trevor. Today I'm doing my video podcast number 2 for culture and socialization, and the topic that I selected was the best human society to live in. So I selected the Innu. The Innu tribe was in the Labrador Peninsula territory, and they've been predicted to exist as far back as AD 1300 or 1300 AD. I guess that's a better way to put it. Um, they were known as a peaceful people and were given the nickname the Laughing People. Very peaceful tribe. Overall, just good people entirely. The values they held were the main values of this group had was to respect nature and everything that comes with it. This would be natural resources such as animals, trees, and plants. They lived as nomadic hunters. They had a government by democracy involving chiefs and councilors that would change every 2-year term. And that's very interesting to see because I feel like when you look at other tribes, normally it's kind of a chief that is the chief unless they die or something happens to them, and eventually maybe they may pass on. But seeing here that they rotate every 2 years is pretty impressive for the time. I was very surprised to learn that. The religion they focused on was respect for animals or nature itself. They had much respect for caribou since it provided almost everything they needed. Shamans would perform shaking tent rites, which is just a form of a ritual. Hunters would try to satisfy the animal spirits by offering bones and trees. This shows how they had the utmost respect for the land and the materials it provided for them. Now, technology. They used various tools to help with hunting, such as spears, knives, and bows and arrows, and kind of standard stuff. I guess you could qualify that as like Stone Age tools, or I guess just very simple core tools, knives. They also had kayaks as a form of transportation, and Innus were masters of leatherworking and used every part of the animal. Nothing went to waste. That's something I found as I was researching on them, was that was kind of their specialty. That's definitely something they focused on and apparently were very good at. Trading goods and fur leather working was the main thing they focused on in their economy. Trading, I'd imagine they'd keep most of the food for themselves, so I don't think that was much of something they traded. It was more of the leather goods and furs that they collected and worked on. Now, why do I think this is the ideal society? The Innu had such a positive way of life, focusing on surviving and just living itself. Everyone had a job to do, and you didn't have to work a 9 to 5. They lived in nature and focused on the tribe itself, which is a key thing I feel that we kind of lack in today's society. Everybody's kind of focused on, just paying their bills and surviving. It's another form of survival, but I feel like this one and the stresses that come with it are not as much as we have to deal with today. The only downside I see to this is the comfort we have today. They obviously didn't have it. They didn't have electricity or access to modern medicine while having to move from place to place. They were also affected by smallpox and Spanish flu, which dramatically affected the population. So that's kind of the biggest issue I saw, is, definitely a lot easier to die back in that time. But I feel like the pros outweigh it, in my opinion. That's kind of how I feel. I just, I wish I could live that way, where just have to worry about my shelter and eating and drinking and just kind of living. I feel like that's like the true way to live. They were not a war party. Mind you, they did defend themselves, but that was not the main focus. So it's not like other tribes where, they focused on conquering or getting other territories. But that's basically it. That's why I think they're ideal, focus on nature, get to live in nature, and just live. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.